Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to quickly start on creating augmented reality app and build an AR experience using facial recognition. I will be using ARKIT available on iOS 11 to implement the AR experience. I'm going to refer augmented reality as AR, so anytime if you hear AR during my video, it's augmented reality. So today we are going to learn about ARKit on iOS 11. We will also create an AR app using Xcode. To spice up things a little bit, we will add face recognition using the Vision API and also use Visual Recognition API to classify the face and create a resume with AR experience. So what is augmented reality? So augmented reality is a technology that superimposes computer-generated image on users' view of the real world, and thus providing a composite view. Augmented reality is actually a framework that simplifies the task of making AR experience. So it combines the device motion tracking, scene processing, camera scene capture, and display conveniences. So augmented reality, adds 2D or 3D objects to the camera view, right? And so these objects seems like it's part of the world, the real world. So you can use ARKit features to produce the AR experiences. So for this video, what you need is Xcode 9 or greater, which has iOS 11. You can download it from developer.apple.com/ARKit. Since we will be using the face recognition and the classification of the face, we'll be using the Visual Recognition API. You can use any classification mechanism out there, but I'll be using IBM Visual Recognition API. I'll show you how to connect to IBM Visual Recognition API and the NoSQL database in coming slides. So how does it work? Right, the app that we are creating today. So what it does is it opens up a camera view, and when you point that camera towards a face, the app listens until it finds a face. So when it recognizes a face, what it does is basically it crops the face, upload that image to the Visual Recognition API. In our case, it's an IBM Watson Visual Recognition to classify the face. So the IBM Visual Recognition API returns a JSON with the classification ID. So it looks like this. So if you look at this, right, you will see a classification ID somewhere here. And based on that classification ID, what you can do is you can query the NoSQL database to get more information, and then you can use that information for the AR experience. Right? So when you query the NoSQL database, the JSON that you get back from the API looks like this. So it has ID, it has classification ID, your name, your LinkedIn URL, your Twitter URL, Facebook URL, phone number, location, and you can add more information to it so that you can create the whole AR experience. So let's create an augmented reality app. So let's create a new project. And if you have Xcode 9 or greater, then you'll see this augmented reality app here, which you need to select to create an augmented reality app. When you click next, you can set the project name as anything you like. We'll say AR app. Right, so I'm going to use Syncit, and the language would be Swift. Right, so let's okay, I'm going to create here. So once you have this, so your app is already ready, right? So you'll see a view controller, and the view controller already had a setup with your default scene applied to the scene view. So the default scene that comes with the ARKit is the ship, which you can see in your assets directory. So you'll see this 3D object floating on your live camera view when you run this app. So let's build and run this app. and see how the default scene object looks in the AR view. It's running. So when it runs, what happens is it opens up a live camera view, and when you hover through your space, you can see an object there which looks like the ship, right? And the ship is floating on your real life camera view, live view, and what you can see uh, is the ship looks like as if it's part of your object, like it's floating on the desk and it looks like it's in the real world, right? So this is the AR experience. And yeah, successfully we have created a augmented reality app. Since we have successfully created the AR project and ran, we are now ready to add face recognition to the mix. So let's add face recognition into the mix. So in order to detect the face, we have used Vision API. The Vision API allows you to detect the face and allows you to get the face frame from the image and save the image. So in our case, we'll be saving the image and uploading that image to the IBM Visual Recognition API for classification. If you look at the code here looks for a face which is classified as VN face observation object, which maps to an image and also has an AR frame which you can use to crop the face and process as you need. In our case, we'll be saving the image in our temp directory and upload to VR API for classification. Once the face has been cropped and saved, you can use it to classify it using a visual recognition API. You can use any visual recognition API. For my case, I have chosen IBM Visual Recognition API. To use this API, you can add the Watson module using Carthage Dependency Manager. I will show you the cart file, how it has been added, and in order to run, we can use Carthage update platform iOS. In order to create an AR experience, you also need a 3D version of yourself. For this demo purpose, I'll be using the default object provided by the iOS, which is the ship. So let's create the AR experience. So once the classification has been done, you receive a classification ID which can be used to fetch more information from the database. The NoSQL database I have used is IBM Cloud DB. You can go to the IBM Bluemix console and set up the Cloud DB service. You can then create new credentials which you can use here to call API for crowd operation. For classification, you also need credentials that you can create from Bluemix console. Here is how to create credentials using the Bluemix console for the Cloud and Database and Visual Recognition API. So in order to update the information that you have received from the Visual Recognition, I have extended the SCN node class and create a constructor which takes the JSON array as input. The information at JSON will be updated to the view using this class. So if you look at this class SCN node, it has a new constructor which accepts the JSON, and based on the JSON you extract the value from the JSON and update the SCN view. So let's look at our demo. In our demo, I have used my own picture from Facebook. Once it recognizes the face, it displays the mock 3D, which in this case is the SIG, and a resume information. So let's look at the demo. So here I have used my own face, and it's from Facebook. So once it recognizes the face, it displays the mock 3D, which in this case is the SIG and my resume information. It has my name, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, phone number, and you can add more details to the database and you'll see the details. So this is it. Today you have learned about AR, ARKit, and how to create an augmented reality app using face detection and visual recognition to create a augmented reality based resume. So my name is Sanjeev Gimire. I'm a developer advocate at IBM. If you want to know more about me and other future and past projects, you can follow me at Twitter. My handle is @Sanjeev Gimire. I have lots of projects in GitHub regarding AR and other projects. You can view my GitHub repository, and if you want to read my blog, I have my website at sanjeevgimire.com. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for upcoming cool new projects which uses emerging technologies. I would like to thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or concerns, please comment below and I'll try to address it. See you in the next video.